A recent earthquake in California has once again drawn attention to the state's ongoing seismic activity, as residents across multiple regions reported feeling shaking from a moderate tremor recorded by the U.S. Geological Survey. The latest earthquake, measuring magnitude 4.9, struck near Indio in Riverside County and was felt throughout the Coachella Valley and nearby areas. The quake occurred at a relatively shallow depth, intensifying how strongly it was felt at the surface. Many residents described a sudden jolt followed by brief rolling motion, with household items rattling and light fixtures swaying. Despite the noticeable shaking, emergency officials confirmed that there were no immediate reports of serious injuries or significant structural damage. This event is part of a broader pattern of recent seismic activity across California. Earlier this month, a magnitude 4.4 earthquake struck Northern California near Willits in Mendocino County, followed by a series of smaller aftershocks that were felt by nearby communities. In the Bay Area, a magnitude 3.1 earthquake rattled the South Bay region east of San Jose, briefly alarming residents but causing no disruption to infrastructure or emergency services. While each of these earthquakes occurred in different parts of the state, together they underscore the constant movement occurring beneath California's surface. Seismologists emphasize that such earthquakes are expected in a region shaped by powerful tectonic forces. California lies along the boundary between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate, with numerous faults cutting across the state. The most well-known of these is the San Andreas Fault, which stretches hundreds of miles and has been responsible for some of the most destructive earthquakes in U.S. history. In Northern California, the Mendocino Triple Junction represents one of the most seismically complex areas in North America, where multiple plates interact and generate frequent earthquakes of varying magnitudes. Experts stress that moderate earthquakes like the recent Indio quake do not necessarily signal that a larger, more damaging earthquake is imminent. Earthquake prediction remains impossible, and scientists instead focus on probability and long-term risk assessment. While small and moderate earthquakes release energy along fault lines, they do not eliminate the possibility of future large earthquakes. As a result, California remains at ongoing risk for significant seismic events, including those capable of causing widespread damage. State and local officials continue to urge residents to remain prepared at all times. Even earthquakes that cause little structural damage can still create dangerous conditions, such as falling debris, broken glass, gas leaks, and power outages. Emergency agencies recommend that residents secure heavy furniture, televisions, and appliances, keep emergency supplies such as water, food, and flashlights on hand, and practice safety procedures like drop, cover, and hold on. California's Shake Alert early warning system has also become a critical layer of protection, offering residents and infrastructure operators a few seconds of warning before shaking begins. For many Californians, earthquakes have become a familiar part of daily life, yet each tremor brings renewed anxiety and awareness. Social media platforms quickly filled with first-hand accounts following the latest quake, with users sharing where they were when the shaking started and how strong it felt in their neighborhoods. Some residents reported mild movement, while others experienced sharp jolts that briefly stopped daily activities. These shared experiences highlight how even moderate earthquakes can have a wide-reaching psychological impact. Looking back, California's history includes some of the most devastating earthquakes in the nation, such as the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and the 1994 Northridge earthquake, both of which caused massive destruction and loss of life. These events have shaped modern building codes, emergency response systems, and public awareness campaigns. As a result, many structures today are better equipped to withstand shaking, reducing the likelihood of catastrophic failure during moderate earthquakes. Scientists will continue monitoring seismic activity across the state, analyzing patterns and aftershocks to better understand fault behavior. While earthquakes cannot be prevented, experts agree that preparation, education, and resilient infrastructure remain the most effective ways to reduce their impact. The latest California earthquake serves as another reminder that the ground beneath the state is always shifting, and readiness remains essential for residents living in one of the world's most seismically active regions.